What's up, guys? So if you pay attention to anything football related, then you might have heard that Colin Kaepernick wants back in. As you guys remember, he decided to take a knee while on the clock and has now realized that it wasn't worth his job. Yeah, he did get a Nike deal and a show on Netflix, but when you've been trying to make it back into the league since you got kicked out, those are all nothing more than consolation prizes. And good ones too. I don't know any player who's been kicked out of the league and been treated this good. And being black too? Whoo, my dude is killing it. Too bad it's also killing his career. His career has actually been reduced to throwing passes at a Michigan State spring game. Even saying he'd be open to be a backup. Might as well just get on your knees and start sucking because that's basically what you're doing. He hasn't played football in what? 5 years, and he thinks teams are going to be like, come on down, cutie, I'm going to need you to do what you haven't done in 5 years. And it's not like they haven't given him a chance. Back in 2019, the NFL set up a workout where all 32 teams will be able to watch him throw and interview him, something the NFL rarely does. And what does he do? 30 minutes before the workout starts, he cancels it, then moves it to some random high school where only 7 teams show up instead of all 32. And the 7 teams that did show up already had these quarterbacks on their roster. He even claims that he wanted to record his own workout because he thought the people the NFL provided were going to edit out his best throws when they sent his film to teams. And that's not a joke. This NFL player turned conspiracy theorist really thinks the world is against him when we're just annoyed. You think the NFL wanted to set this up? You're lucky they still even think about you. He's like that one crackhead who tells his dealer to fuck off because he won't sell him anything for $2 and then comes back the next day like nothing happened. Only he's been doing this for 5 years. He was literally throwing for no one during that Michigan State game in hopes that someone would be like, this kid's got skill, but all it shows is how desperate he is. I bet he's looking back at that workout like, God, if only teams that needed a quarterback came to see me. He literally got that Tom Brady treatment and is like, you know what? I think I'm going to settle with being a backup. That's disrespectful to every backup quarterback who's worked their way to be there. You're basically saying that a backup quarterback is equivalent to a quarterback who hasn't been in the league for 5 years. And while that is true for some, you don't even deserve to be called a backup anymore. You were literally handed a second chance, chose Netflix over the NFL, and have now been reduced to a halftime show. There's desperate, and then there's throwing for nobody. And like he said, he's open to be a backup, like every other quarterback who's been playing in the league for the last 5 years. Hell, I'm even open to being a backup, even with my girl hands that can barely hold an NFL-sized football. But if you want to make wide open throws just to show you what I got, put me in, coach. I'll even throw with my left hand. I'll throw with my fucking feet. Let's face it, Colin. Your best bet to make it back in the league would be as a coach of some kind. You're 35, and not many quarterbacks succeed after they're 30. And especially if they haven't played in some time. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is only 30, and he's already getting replaced by someone who's 9 years younger than him. Why would anyone look at you like you're a reliable option? I'd rather take my chances trying to draft another Tom Brady in the 6th round than re-sign Kaepernick. And hey, maybe that's why I'm not an NFL GM. What I do know is that Colin has been spoon-fed a comeback only to be like, I want to be fork-fed. If he does sign to a team, good for him. I don't know what he expects to be a backup. I can just see him every night before a game praying that the starter gets injured so he can show people it's
Brucey's time to shine.
That, or he starts taking an actual shit on the field during the national anthem. But yeah, guys, I think Colin Kaepernick has had one too many chances only to shoot himself in the foot on purpose. Over and over again. See you guys next week. Peace.